Hi guys, Norm with you again, and this is what I've been filming with for the past two videos. It is a Samsung Galaxy S10, and I bought this because I had the S10 5G, and that used to record very good videos. That's the reason why I decided to get another camera, because this 2G, the autofocus on it is really not very good. But basically these automatic ISO numbers and all that wasn't changing. But I have now completely reset the camera and everything. And they do seem now that they are changing certainly the ISO changed there as it get darker. And also the speed changed. It's not easy to see it on the screen of the... Why will that not focus on that? One camera focusing on another. Yeah, it doesn't help with the wobbly camera holder. See this? Wobble. Anyway, let's see if I can keep this in focus without the top one wobbling too much. That's another trouble with the 2G V40. It's such a heavy phone, this wobbly camera holder, it gets even worse. But anyway, now let's try that again. If I put my hand over the lens, yep, the speed's gone down to 1/30, and now the camera's gone off altogether. Bring it back. More Pro Video. Yeah, so that now does seem. I think the white balance also changed. Oh, will you focus? See, that's the problem. This bloody doogie, it does record okay, but the bloody focus on it is useless. And yeah, so anyway, so now I've got that figured out, and we can see the desktop focus. The desktop on that looks the same color as that basically now, doesn't it? Almost. I mean, it almost looks like you've made an invisible phone, but not quite. So now I'm going to transfer over to the S10, and we're going to have a look at a very interesting soldering iron. So join me in a minute. Wobbly camera holder. Whoa! This bloody doogie's too heavy. Okay, let's try this now. So this is now filming on the S10. And it still does look a bit dark to me. The ISO is defaulted to 50, and the speed is on 1/30 f1.5. EV is on 00, and WB or white balance is around 4,400. So yeah, still not looking quite right, but anyway, let's get into it. Let's have a look at this thing. Look at this Welco portable power cordless soldering iron. Have you ever seen anything like that? My God. Now I was thinking that this was from the 80s, but there is actually a receipt inside which says it's from 94, or it's actually when it was bought. And we can see if we look at the original price tags, focus, started off as $9.95, then reduced to $3.99, and it was bought from the co-op, believe it or not. So yeah, that's quite interesting. And so now let's get this thing opened. Or let's get that little receipt out first. Right, Plymouth and South Devon Coop Co-op, obviously. Derry's Cross. Wayne Collis was obviously the server at the time. As we can see, with the little lines in the words here, there is something wrong with their actual printer on the till. It's not actually quite right, because it shouldn't be leaving lines like that through the words. Total $3.99, $3.99, and here is the date, 27th of 12, 94 at 12:03.56. So yeah, I was totally wrong about it being from the 80s. Although saying that, with it being reduced from $9.99 to $3.99, it might have been on sale in the 80s. It never sold, and so they decided to reduce the price right down. And there's the unit itself. Here is the original. Right, get the plastic out of the way. Here is the packaging. We can see battery operated, not included. Heats up in about 10 seconds. Retractable tip for safety. Spare tip and solder wire included. 5-year warranty. See reverse. Okay. Please read carefully before use. Operated before C-size alkaline batteries not included. Heats up in about 10 seconds. An extra spare soldering tip and quantity of soldering wire is provided. Soldering tip is retractable to prevent damage on burnt fingers. Oh, good. To replace soldering iron tip, unscrew the locking screws on both sides of the hexagonal shafts. And this was distributed by Walco Electric Limited, Hitchin Road, Orlsley, Bedfordshire. Yeah. And the barcode there if anybody's interested. And the model is Focus PPR 100T. So that's it. And we've got the original Walco owner registration card there. And all about purchase information. I mean, this is obviously well out of date now, but that's okay. But let's have a look at this little thing. So here is the actual device. There's one screw there, good, visible screws, and batteries obviously go in this end. Oh, there we are, look. There's the spare tip and the solder wire. So that's interesting, isn't it? Amazing to still see that in there. There is a flap here, and this is for recharging it. If you run it off like NiCads or something, you can recharge it via that little jack. It's good. Got a little push button there for starting it off, presumably. And basically push these things forwards, and there's the tip. Get on. Now, how about that? It's just still looking dark. God, I'm beginning to think there might be a problem with this bloody camera on this S10. Let me now activate another light. It should make it very bright. And it kind of does, but then it doesn't. 'Cause it's not, I mean, no. What's changing my data? Right, so we're on speed of 1/30 and ISO of 50. And I turn this on, speed goes to 1/125, and the ISO is still at 50. So I guess if I adjust the speed down a little bit, we should get a brighter picture. Oh, wrong way. Right, so that's 1/60 and set it back to auto. See, that's doing quite a good job brightening it up. And this, well, I mean, I have got the big lights on. I turn big lights off. Then, yeah, that looks dark because it is dark in here. If I put the bench light on its own, it's just, this camera's just not right, is it? Somehow. Anyway, too much. Crap, what about this little light? If I put that on there, maybe. All right, well, we'll leave it like that. That's the best it's going to get. So I have got, whoops, some batteries here to go in it, some C cells, and some that will not open. And this does actually run on 3 volts, so it is, you can get away with only using one set of cells, but I guess in the 80s the cells weren't quite as powerful, although I did read somewhere on the instructions if you were using rechargeable cells, oh here, oh, we're not going to be able to see that. Lights, light, yeah, can we read it? Charging input, AC or DC, 4.5 to 6 volts, charging time. Charge batteries for operation. With NiCad batteries, 2 pieces will be enough. Put them in either A or B side of the battery compartment. LED lights up to indicate faultless charging. Yes, indeed. Well, let's now fit this thing on that way. Okay, so I did just try it on there. The camera did shut off, so I don't know whether it actually got it or not. But basically, this thing was not even getting the slightest bit warm. Not actually sure how this thing works. I imagine it just puts a voltage into this tip here, and this thing heats up. So I'm imagining we should get voltage on those 2 points. So where's the meter with the... See what's blinding that now? God, this is not right, is it? There's something utterly wrong here somewhere. Anyway, we're on voltage DC on the meter. Let's clip one onto there, clip the other onto there, press the trigger and see what we get. Nothing. Okay. And those batteries were/are new. No? Is there a faulty switch then? Yeah, I think the switch might need a bit of cleaning. Definitely getting a bit of voltage there now. Let's now, whoops, I've let it go since, but let's now put it onto this and just see if we are getting anything. Come on. No. Okay, well, that'll explain why it didn't work. This tip is knackered. The tip is absolutely fuckered. If I go to down there, fucking hold it. I squeeze the trigger, nothing. Oh, yep, 3.1. Yeah, the switch is definitely not great, but we do appear to be getting 3 volts each time now. Right. Well, that appears to be working. So, what do we do now? I'll put the spare tip in it and try it again. Okay, so there's the fresh tip, and that is entirely fixed together. Now, just do one more voltage test and check that we are still getting voltage. 1.6, obviously now that's heating up the element. Right. Whew. Let's get some modern solder. And let's now see if this thing does heat up. They say about 10 seconds-ish. So, yes, it is heating up. My gosh, come on. And it is melting solder. Well, I'm blowed. How about that? I hold it steady. Okay, that's the tip basically tinned. Okay, let me just clean it up here. My little soldering iron cleaner. And there we have it. Right, let's bring in this device now. Turn on, tune in, see what we get now. Right, this is reading 18. Let's now turn this thing on. And 7, 10. Is it getting? Oh, yes. Here we go. Oh, where we go? 200, 230. Not really enough. Let's just let it heat up for a moment more. And just give it a bit of fresh solder. Start making good contact with the device. Oh, there we are, 350, 360. Now we're getting at the right temperatures. There are 370, 380. So yeah, 390. 400. So all in all, yep, as you can see there, obviously dropping a bit, but this thing does actually work. And yeah, took a bit longer than 10 seconds to get up to the temperature. Let's see. Now it's actually turned off. and we're still at 232, so let's turn it on again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no, it's not heating up in 10 seconds. But if we leave it a bit longer, I'll keep keeping my finger on the trigger, keeping that pushed in. And let's see what we're doing about now. Yes, 370, 380, 390. So all in all, at about 400, it's probably, if anything, a little bit too hot. But then I suppose back in the 90s from this, what this is, I keep wanting to say 80s. I'm sure this is an 80s device. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, I mean, it does work. It runs on batteries and it gets hot. So, excellent. Well, all in all, I'm quite happy with that little device. Still not happy with this camera because it just cannot get the bloody thing. It cannot get the brightness right at all. I mean, I switch on lights and switch off lights and move lights around, and yeah, this is just not right at all. I mean, that's a bit of a lump to carry around, considering you can get these little ones these days, little USB ones and what have you. Oh, but the good thing about the way this is designed, when that's retracted, it doesn't make contact with the two metal bits. So you can power this up when it's retracted and it doesn't work. It doesn't come on. Then you get the fucking thing out again and away you go, free to do a bit of soldering. Which, yeah, I suppose this, in an emergency, it's a bloody handy bit of kit, really. But yeah, so all in all, not working again. Huh. Well, at least it worked for the video. So there it is. That's the Welco Portable Power Cordless Soldering Iron. How about that? Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers for now.